Hello, beautiful divine beloveds. This is Stephanie Parasha, Divine Light, coming out to you from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Bringing this transmission through just before the Solstice Gateway, just to give you a little update. And yeah, it's going to be a real short one because there's a lot of information out there on the internet and on YouTube, and I hope you're all tuning in to some of the great messages that are being brought forth by our wonderful teachers and guides. Just from my point of view, what I've been feeling and tuning into is this coming Solstice Gateway, which is going to be on the 21st of June, roughly, depending on where you are and which hemisphere and which time zone you're in. This is huge shifts, and we're sort of being really, really pushed and there's been a preparation over the last week or so as we're being really, really pushed to really tie up all those things that have been we're being pushed to do, that we've been working on probably for the last few years, some of us, to really, really complete those cycles that we've been given enough warning, we've been given enough time, we've been given enough situations and been presented with enough people in our lives to help us, or to trigger us really to into doing what we need to do in order to step up into the vibration of love, in terms of loving ourselves. So for many of us, and for most of us, this lesson has been in choosing our own very own selves and honouring ourselves above all else. And I've been seeing a lot of very intense situations playing out around me, and people really, really struggling to find their own truth and trust their intuition and choose themselves above all else. And that's been very, very hard, myself included, and in this. And so it's been a real tipping point. So I feel as if we've really tipped over again. There's been another tipping point. Many of us have come into this new energy, and it's been a huge shift. And that's we're also being, many of us, prepared physically. So I know on this last weekend, just before the solstice, I was ordered to lie down and receive. I was being told I was being given light codes into my body, so I had to lie down and receive those light codes, and all sorts of things were going on in my body. And I couldn't really, by the end of all that, I couldn't even move. I was literally, very heavy in my body, and I got started to get the symptoms of what I call ascension flu. And I know many of us on this path, you can hear that in my voice. I've still got sort of the remnants of it, but if I didn't know what ascension was, and I wasn't a spiritual person, I would definitely go to the doctor. I'd go to the GP and, find out what's going on. And because I got hit really hard after that upgrade. I spent about 24 hours pretty much in a lot of pain. I had this massive pounding headache that I've never experienced before. It was really intense, and massive chills and a fever all over me, and just shaking, and it was a really intense upgrade. So I know that I've spoken to a few other light workers, and some people that don't even know they're light workers, that have been in preparation going through these physical upgrades in their body. So I just wanted to talk about that, so that if you've experienced that, you'll know what that is. And we're really hurtling at great speed in the universe towards this Solstice Gateway, and we need to be in that portal, going through that gateway in the most highest form that we can at this time. So that's why it's been really, really important that we shut down all old timelines and complete karmic contracts and tie them up. Any loose ends really tied up, we're stepping in, we're stepping up. Any further upgrades that you need to do, just continue to, as much as you can, find the time to either be really, really still and calm with yourself, take some time out from work if you need to, go into nature if you need to, listen to, as much, healing type of meditations or things like that you can. Just find that time to meditate and be in as much peace and calm as you possibly can at this time. The other thing that is being suggested that you do is to connect in with other light workers who are doing, gatherings or group transmissions at this time, and you will be guided to where you need to be at that solstice time. This is a big calling. I think it's almost going to be as big as what I'm getting, the Harmonic Convergence, which I believe was in the 1980s. Maybe it was 1986, or sorry, forgive me if that's the wrong year, but this is going to be a really big activation, and so just putting out the call again for us to be prepared as much as we can for this, and to be focusing in on anchoring in that beautiful love and light that's pouring in onto this planet, and gridding that into, first of all, anchoring it into our own beings, and then anchoring that onto the planet through the earth grid points. So wherever you are in this world right now, wherever you find yourself, is your earth grid point. So don't think, oh my gosh, where do I have to be, and do I have to be in a certain place? You are always going to be in the right place. Wherever you are is good. So I think I do have some other thoughts and things that have been going on, but I just wanted to do this quick solstice kind of, Merry Christmas, Merry Solstice kind of recording. So I really wish you all a beautiful solstice, and may you all find the strength to step into your power, to step into your light, and to be in your highest, most fullest potential at this time. And sending you all lots and lots of love. And I will talk to you again very soon. Bye for now.